If you swapped your old dependable truck for a newer one sometime in the last 5 years, there's a good chance you made a massive mistake, and you're definitely not alone. All across America, owners are watching their 2022, 2023, and 2024 pickups lose value at an alarming rate, faster than ice disappearing in the summer heat. At the same time, the beat-up work trucks people traded away are now selling for insane prices. Veteran mechanics are calling this shift the Great Collapse. These newer trucks were built during a period when automakers prioritized quarterly profits over long-term durability. We're talking about 10 major brands that are shaping up to be financial nightmares by next year, and if you're still making monthly payments on one of these rolling money traps, you need to pay attention. Many of these trucks are on track to be virtually worthless by 2026. Before we dive in, make sure you hit subscribe and drop a comment telling me what truck you drive. You'll definitely want to know if yours ends up on this list. Number 10. Nissan. The Nissan Titan is, well, essentially a dead truck, yet it still lingers on used car lots nationwide. Nissan officially ended the Titan in 2024 after nearly 20 years of failing to challenge the American truck giants. The sales numbers say it all. For every Titan Nissan sold, Ford moved roughly 20 F-150s. That's not just losing, it's total domination. Now that Nissan has exited the full-size truck market entirely, Titan owners are left holding orphaned vehicles. Resale prices are already dropping fast as buyers realize the truck has no future. A Titan worth $30,000 today could be worth barely $15,000 by next summer, once the market fully adjusts. Mechanical problems only make things worse. Rear axle seal leaks have plagued multiple model years, often leaving pools of differential fluid under parked trucks. These aren't small inconveniences. Some failures strand drivers miles from home. In 2019, Nissan even recalled over 200,000 vehicles due to a serious defect that allowed trucks to roll away while parked. That's not exactly confidence-inspiring reliability. As Nissan shifts its attention away from trucks, parts availability is becoming a real concern. Dealerships are already prioritizing models that actually generate profit, while Titan support fades away. With production permanently ended, factory backing is slowly disappearing. So, the used market is now being absolutely flooded with Titans as owners hurry to sell before values just, well, crash completely. Worst of all, there's really no future development coming, no updates, no fixes, just a quiet fade into irrelevance. If you own a Titan, honestly, the advice is simple: sell it now, before the wider market catches on, and if you're thinking about buying one, only do it if the price is like dirt cheap. Parts are only going to get harder and more expensive to find over the next 2 to 3 years. Have you tried selling your Titan? Share your experience because, yeah, the next truck makes the Titan look dependable. Number 9. Rivian. The electric truck startup that burned through billions faster than its batteries drain in winter. Rivian entered the market with massive hype and even larger funding rounds, but, well, reality caught up quickly. Their stock has fallen from around $180 to under $15. That's not a dip, that's a collapse. The company continues to miss production targets, while delivery delays stretch from weeks into months. Financially, the situation is grim. Rivian is losing roughly $1.5 billion every quarter, with no clear roadmap to profitability. Even their high-profile partnership with Amazon is showing signs of strain as quality problems surface with delivery vans. When your biggest customer starts questioning reliability, it's never a good sign. The R1T's issues, honestly, reflect what you'd expect from a rushed first-generation product. Software problems keep popping up and require frequent updates, which, well, kind of turns owners into involuntary test subjects. And when it comes to cold-weather battery performance, it's far worse than advertised, which is a pretty serious issue, especially when the range is already limited. Rivian promised a growing charging and service network, but, those plans are moving far slower than owners expected. Outside of major coastal cities, service centers are actually pretty rare. Some owners even have to drive hundreds of miles just to get repairs done. The fallout is already visible. Layoffs and factory slowdowns, they show a company that's struggling to survive. That honestly raises some serious concerns about long-term warranty support. Early buyers who paid premium prices now own unfinished products with, well, pretty uncertain futures. Even more troubling, the resale market for used electric trucks is extremely weak. Traditional truck buyers remain skeptical about battery lifespan and repair costs, making it, pretty difficult to sell a used Rivian without absorbing a huge loss. The takeaway is clear: don't act as a test subject for unproven technology, especially when your truck is meant for work. Until charging infrastructure and reliability truly improve, proven gas-powered trucks remain the safer bet for heavy-duty use. Did you buy a Rivian? Share your experience below because, well, number 8 shows that even legendary brands can stumble fast. Number 8. Ford Lightning. The electric F-150 was meant to secure Ford's future, but it may end up hurting the brand instead. Ford advertised big promises: 300 miles of range, fast charging, and full F-150 capability. But, real-world use tells a different story. In cold conditions, that claimed 300-mile range often drops closer to 180 miles. Charging takes longer than expected, and charging infrastructure, honestly, remains inconsistent across much of the country. Production has also been paused, multiple times, due to battery fire risks, raising safety concerns. Dealer markups pushed what was supposed to be an affordable work truck into luxury pricing territory. What should have been a $40,000 truck often sells for $80,000, well beyond what most truck buyers can justify. So, technical issues go far beyond just range. Battery fires have actually led to recalls and even shutdowns. Charging port failures, yeah, those have left some trucks completely unable to charge, basically turning these expensive vehicles into driveway ornaments. And, believe it or not, software updates have even bricked some trucks, which means they needed dealer resets to get going again. Towing really exposes the biggest weakness here. If you attach a trailer, the range can drop to nearly 100 miles or even less, making the Lightning, well, kind of impractical for real work. Ford is reportedly losing money on every Lightning sold, hoping that long-term volume will eventually offset those losses. But, a lot of dealers are still pretty reluctant to invest in charging infrastructure when demand is, honestly, still pretty weak. Most traditional F-150 buyers are sticking with gas-powered models, valuing reliability and convenience. As a result, used Lightning prices are dropping fast, with depreciation that rivals high-end luxury cars. If you need a truck for hauling, towing, or remote job sites, gas remains the smarter choice. Avoid inflated prices for technology that's still evolving. Electric trucks likely need several more years before they're truly ready for work-duty use. Have you driven a Lightning? Share your thoughts because number 7 proves luxury trucks are facing their own problems. Number 7. Lincoln Navigator. Ford's idea of luxury. Costlier to repair than many German vehicles, yet less reliable than bargain brands. Lincoln has struggled for years as luxury buyers increasingly choose German, Japanese, and Korean alternatives. Navigator sales are falling despite strong demand for large SUVs. Reliability scores paint a grim picture. The Navigator consistently ranks near the bottom of its class. Resale value suffers badly as well. Compared to rivals like the Escalade, depreciation is brutal. A $90,000 purchase from 3 years ago may now be worth closer to $50,000. Mechanics are all too familiar with its issues. Air suspension failures are common and expensive once warranties expire. Electrical problems plague infotainment and climate systems, often frustrating technicians. On top of that, the Navigator inherits the F-150's engine and transmission problems, made worse by the SUV's heavy weight